Here's what's making news at midday. A winter storm is making its way across Wisconsin, bringing with it strong winds and dangerous temperatures. We'll tell you why officials are urging people to stay inside over the next 2 days. The storm is also causing a lot of headaches for travelers. Dozens of flights are canceled across the Midwest. Let's hope Mark's is not one of them. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. He will be back on Monday. Our weather alert day has arrived and brings snow emergencies, cancellations, and slippery roads across Wisconsin. Right now, several counties are under snow emergencies for a storm that isn't expected to clear up until Saturday. This was the scene on the Beltline at Whitney Way this morning. It's just one of many examples of how tricky driving will be throughout the next 2 days. Let's take a live look at the interstate. This is at the Beltline interchange looking east. This is a live picture right now, and you can see there aren't too many drivers out right now. A lot of people are heeding the warning to stay home. Many seem to be following that advice. Roads are snow covered and slippery, but no blockages or any serious problems. And here's a live look to the north in the other direction, I-90-94 toward the Dells. Much of the same traffic-wise, but you can see on this picture there's a little bit more snow on the ground, so you'll want to be sure to drive very carefully if you have to head out today. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart is here to tell us what to expect over the next few days. Greg?
Yeah, really, it's not going to be the falling snow anymore. It's going to be the winds that are going to pick up. We didn't really receive much snow out of the system so far, but now the winds are going to be the main factor, creating whiteout conditions at times, especially going through tomorrow. Dangerous wind chills, too, as our temperatures continue to fall to sub-zero by. The last band is kind of pushing up. You can see the left edge of this behind the front is now getting closer and closer to Madison. So by this evening, most of the accumulating snow is going to be done. You can see visibility's 1/2 at Lone Rock. We go west of there, they actually improved. So once the snow passes, we'll start to really see improvements in this, but still accumulations of maybe 1 to 2 inches additional this afternoon until it ends. And really, that's the commuting forecast. Once we get done with that, then the winds are going to start increasing this afternoon and really become more of a factor this evening and of course through the night and tomorrow, along with those temperatures that should be below zero here very soon. And then obviously the wind chills will come even colder overnight into tomorrow. Wide picture shows a lot of blizzard warnings to the west, and that's more for ground blizzards because the snow's not falling anymore. It's just the wind in open country creating near zero visibility at times, along with wind chills that are cold. We got some blizzard warnings up to the north, but most of us are winter storm warning, really due for that wind and snow on the ground. The front has pushed to the east. The system is now progressing eastward. It's actually going to deepen and become even stronger and really encompass a lot of the eastern stuff, sending cold air all the way down to Florida and New Mexico, or even into actually Mexico. I'll time out when we'll actually see more of these winds tomorrow, and maybe when we'll see an improvement in conditions and how that New Year forecast actually looks out too.
Okay, we're looking forward to that. We'll check back in just a little bit. Greg, thank you. New at noon, a few counties are under tow bans right now. That means that if your car goes off the road or gets stuck, it could be days before it's pulled out. The tow bans are in effect in Grant and Outagamie counties. Officials expect conditions to deteriorate over the next 2 days, as Greg was just saying, making it dangerous for trucks and first responders to pull cars out. The bans will be in effect until road conditions improve. If you have to travel, AAA strongly recommends you make sure you have an emergency kit in your car. It should include a cell phone charger, flashlights with extra batteries, a first aid kit, drinking water and food, and also things like reflectors, ice scrapers, or a snow brush, a shovel, and warm clothes or blankets for all of the passengers in your car. Despite the winter storm, the city of Madison says it anticipates its metro buses will run at full service. The city says riders may see delays depending on how much snow falls. Bus drivers will also avoid steep hills if the roads start to get too slippery. So because of that, the city is encouraging anyone who can to use the bus, board the buses at stops that are on more level roads. Both the city of Madison and Dane County are closing non-essential government offices this afternoon, starting at 2 o'clock through Friday. Essential services will still operate. Trash and recycling collection in Madison are also being suspended tomorrow on Friday. Residents who were scheduled to have their trash or recycling picked up on Friday should put their carts out by 6:30 a.m. on Monday. And a reminder, the Red Cross has canceled its annual holiday blood drive in Madison. Also new at noon, the storm has forced the cancellation of the Wisconsin men's basketball game tonight against Grambling State. The teams were supposed to face off tomorrow, but officials decided to cancel the game ahead of time, and officials at the UW say it won't be rescheduled. All ticket holders will be sent an email with more information. The Badgers will be back on the court next Friday when they take on Western Michigan at the Kohl Center. As we were saying at the top of the show, the storm is threatening holiday travel plans for millions of us. Flight cancellations have already begun, and they're expected to get worse. Chris Van Cleve is at Washington's Reagan National Airport.
Sounds good to get stuck in Jamaica, but...
The bomb cyclone is blowing up Theo and Nicole Williams' beach vacation. They're skipping out early to beat the storm home for Christmas.
Whatever plans we have, we want them to be our plans, not the weather's plans or the airport's plans.
It's half the country.
In the Department of Transportation's Operations Center, Secretary Pete Buttigieg and his team are monitoring the potential impacts as some of the nation's busiest airports sit in the path of blizzard-like conditions. That's not a great weather outlook up there.
No, what you're seeing there is a lot of impacts on some of our key hubs.
By early Thursday morning, hundreds of today's flights were already canceled at Chicago O'Hare. This storm will end up being the storm that steals Christmas.
I hope not, but look, this is going to affect millions and millions of travelers. We're also doing what we can to get the word out about options that travelers have to get ahead of the storm or maybe wait it out and not travel until its impacts are behind us.
Some 113 million people are expected to travel at least 50 miles this holiday as snow and frigid temperatures push across the country, blanketing streets outside Minneapolis. Here in Wyoming, state troopers battled negative 18-degree temperatures and zero visibility, responding to more than 100 crashes. In Georgia, it's bracing for a rare hard freeze as Arkansas plans to treat roads ahead of possible wintry mix in the deep south.
The most important thing is to be safe, and that might mean taking a little time or delaying a plan.
Airlines expect cancellations to mount as the day goes on Thursday. They say one good thing here is they saw a real spike in people taking advantage of all those travel waivers and changing their flights. So hopefully fewer people will be impacted by the mounting cancellations. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Reagan National Airport, Virginia.
About 3 million people are booked on 47,000 scheduled flights today, making it one of the busiest travel days of the year. Good luck to everybody. Stay up to date on the latest weather with our First Warn Forecast weather app. It has hourly forecasts, school closings, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather. We also have everything you need to know, by the way, on our website. Look for a special section that is at the top of our homepage on channel3000.com. There you'll find weather alerts, a list of closed businesses and canceled services, and what to do if your vehicle gets stuck in the snow. Stay with us. There's much more to come today on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, how the Biden administration is working to get more Tamiflu available as a national shortage continues. We'll have details coming up in the Money Watch report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Celebrate home for the holidays with a better night's sleep at Ashley. Save up to 55% off mattresses, including this Beauty Rest Select Queen Hybrid. Receive a comforter, 2 pillows, and a 4-piece sheet set for free with purchase. And free delivery, all for less than $21 a month, only at Ashley.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among our frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun we're having, it's easy to take for granted how we warm up, by the fire or simply adjusting our thermostat. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? It might be simple to imagine for 60 seconds, but for many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. Freezing temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for them, they can be deadly. Make a real difference by providing a hand up for a neighbor in need. No matter the amount, every dollar helps. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Get ready for the Harlem Globetrotters 2023 World Tour, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. All new, non-stop action, amazing basketball skills, and more. Playing Alliant Energy Center on December 30th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com.
This holiday season at the Century House. Give $50 or more to charity and get $200 off any stressless recliner with power, any stressless recliner and ottoman, or any stressless office chair. Or get $200 off each stressless sofa seat or $400 off all stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans in all Paloma leather colors. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
There's no place like home for the holidays, but it isn't quite the same when your house is cold and drafty. We want everyone to have the gift of a warm and comfortable home. So we're going to match the $500 energy tax credit with a $500 discount. But you have to call us before December 31st. 2023 is the year to stop freezing and start saving. So give yourself the gift that keeps on giving, because you keep saving.
USA Insulation. Celebrate home for the holidays at Ashley. Save big on furniture and mattresses with discounts from 30% off and up to 83% off on closeouts. Plus, our gift to you, free white glove delivery. Furnish your room for less than $20 a month, only at Ashley.
The disgraced former CEO of cryptocurrency exchange FTX agreed to be extradited to the U.S. from the Bahamas. He's expected to be arraigned today on charges including wire fraud, money laundering, and campaign finance violations. A federal prosecutor also announced that 2 former FTX executives pled guilty to fraud charges in connection to the company's multi-billion-dollar collapse. The Biden administration announced that additional doses of Tamiflu will be made available to states through the Strategic National Stockpile. There's been increased demand for the prescription medication amid a nationwide outbreak of the flu and other respiratory illnesses. In some areas, the generic form of Tamiflu is in short supply. And the crackdown on TikTok continues, with Alabama's Auburn University now banning the video sharing app on campus Wi-Fi and school devices. Other publicly funded universities are expected to soon take similar action. Several states, including Alabama, have moved to ban the platform on government devices and networks. On the federal level, bills are moving through Congress to do the same. Federal authorities say users' private data could fall into the hands of the Chinese government. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Dan Lieberman.
Let's check stocks at midday. At the noon hour, the Dow is down 668 points. The NASDAQ is off 353. The S&P 500 is also down 100 points. Pam Yankee has today's ag prices when we come back, along with Greg's latest forecast. And then later this afternoon on Live at 4, we'll share some suggestions for getting your tax documents prepared, getting everything in order before the end of the year. That's coming up today on Live at 4.
Happy holidays from our Dwellings family to yours.
Happy holidays.
Brothers Maine has been family-owned since 1938. Some of us were born into this family, and others chose to join through the years. And we know you can't replace family, but you can replace appliances, and Brothers Maine is here for you when one breaks down. Our in-house team has delivered ranges to washers to refrigerators to hectic households in a pinch, oftentimes the next day. Just because an appliance breaks down doesn't mean you have to. We're not big box. We're Brothers Maine, and we want you to feel like family here.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among our frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun we're having, it's easy to take for granted how we warm up, by the fire or simply adjusting our thermostat. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? It might be simple to imagine for 60 seconds, but for many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. Freezing temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for them, they can be deadly. Make a real difference by providing a hand up for a neighbor in need. No matter the amount, every dollar helps. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show. I put on my boss lady suit today. Speaking of boss ladies, Tabitha Brown is here. And we're cooking up something special.
This will make you look fancy. What you think about this? This is good.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
Friday morning, our area is under another alert day. We'll keep you informed as a potentially dangerous winter storm moves through.
Will we see any more snow? And how cold will those wind chills get? Tune in tomorrow from 4:30 till 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. Hi, Pam. We're thinking about all of our farmer friends today with this wind and cold.
Yeah, it's tame for them today, pretty much, at least right now. But you can imagine that they're getting their strategy together on how they're going to try to keep water running, keep animals fed, keep machinery moving, starting tomorrow with those wind chills and really right on through the weekend. And as many of my farmers remind me, although many of us will be taking time off to enjoy the holidays, including me right here, they still are out there taking care of their animals, milking cows every day, regardless of the holidays. So like you said, we wish them the best and happy holidays, Merry Christmas early. So on that note, let's keep it positive. I want to introduce you to a new face from Wisconsin that's now been appointed to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's National Dairy Promotion and Research Board. This smiling face, Gail Klinkner. She is a dairy producer from Liberty Pole, Wisconsin, that has been just now appointed to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's National Dairy Promotion and Research Board. She'll serve a 3-year term. She is the owner and operator of Pine Prairie Jerseys and Klinkner Holsteins, along with her husband, Rob. She's also vice chair of Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin's Board of Directors, and she also works as a farm program director for the Westby Cooperative Creamery. Gail Klinkner, our latest Wisconsin face on USDA's National Dairy Promotion and Research Board. Congratulations. All right, let's start talking about the markets today. So you can imagine, with the weather that people are dealing with and the holidays coming up, travel delays and things like that, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average taking a big nosedive, our commodities are kind of following suit there. I always try to remind farmers, though, at this time of the year, to try not to get too dramatic about the numbers, because the volume of trade can be a little bit suspect. A lot of people walk away and kind of take care of putting computer programs in place, and that's not necessarily really representative of how the markets would be trading if we weren't in a holiday. So just remember, no markets on Monday after Christmas, no markets on Monday after the New Year's Day celebration. Barrel cheese today did manage to rally back. We were wondering about the dairy markets. We did give up some ground this week, but we're getting to be a global price competitor again. Barrel cheese, though, was up 6 today at $1.76. 40-pound block cheese up 4.5 at $2.07 1/4. Double A butter stood still, unchanged, at $2.47.5 per pound. So there we go. And I'm guessing, Suze, although I will be doing my radio stuff tomorrow, I don't think I'm going to scratch and claw my way into the office to do television. I think I'm going to try to stay home and do everything from there.
That is a good call, my friend. I don't blame you. And then are you going to be off until after the New Year?
Yep. I'm covering for the staff a little bit, but I'm going to be up at Pambo for the rest of the calendar year until the 5th of January.
Oh, well, Merry Christmas to you and Buck.
You too.
Happy New Year. Enjoy it up there. Have fun.
Tell Dave and Maddie hello and Merry Christmas.
All right. We'll see you next year, buddy.
Yep. Okay.
And now over to Greg. He has the latest on the winter storm making its way across Wisconsin. Greg?
Yeah, we're kind of in phase 2 now. Really, the wind is going to be, or phase 3, the wind's going to be the main issue. The accumulating snow is really going to be ending here soon, but winter storm warnings are still in effect due to that wind, the blowing and drifting snow, and the low visibility. Along with the wind chills, you have blizzard warnings up to the north that continue, more for ground blizzard conditions. There's lower visibility near whiteout conditions. All this kind of goes through Saturday at 6 a.m. We'll probably still have wind Saturday, some blowing and drifting, but most of it, at least the severe stuff, will be over by then. So accumulating snow still potential to about this afternoon. Once that ends, we'll see some snow showers, flurries probably tomorrow, but not much in the way of actually falling snow because it'll be more the blowing and drifting, and those wind chills at times could get to 40 below. Once again, Saturday, I think we'll see some improvement by then. We'll see lesser wind, but still blowing and drifting through Saturday. Even on Christmas will be a concern, and wind chills will still be fairly low, even though they will improve. Like I said, the back edge of this is actually going to be here this evening, and then we're just going to see the northwest winds behind this continue and actually strengthen tomorrow because this low actually deepens to the east of us, so we continue to get this wraparound, which won't really let go until we get to Saturday or even to Sunday, when we finally start seeing the winds lighten up a little bit to the west and begin to push east. So it's going to be through Saturday and even Sunday that we'll finally start seeing some reprieve from it, but see, the temperatures will still remain cold. Overall, once the snow actually makes its way east, you see the temperatures will continue to fall. We'll be sub-zero to the west, and then by this evening, Madison will be below 0 too. These are just the regular temperatures. You can see you're already to 10 below at Decorah, Iowa right at that point. But then overnight, we should be around 7 to 8, maybe even 10 below as we wake up tomorrow morning. These are just the temperatures. The winds will be blowing at this time too, so wind chills could be 30 below or even more at times during the morning. As you go through, you wake up and then go through the afternoon hours, we're not going to see much improvement in temperatures. Not much in the way of snow, but just the winds and the cold temperatures throughout the day, creating that blowing and drifting, and that's why the winter storm warnings continue to that. Additional snow this afternoon, maybe another 1 to 2 inches in Madison east. You get farther west, really not much anywhere. They're on the back edge of it, so they won't see much in the way of snow, just the blowing and drifting snow. Winds right now, they'll pick up 25 to 30 overnight. Tomorrow's when the strongest winds should be. In fact, 35 sustained with gusts to 50 in many of the areas, so open countries. Once again, significant blowing and drifting will create those road conditions. It'll be hard to clear because this is just going to continue through Friday into early Saturday too. Wind chills gives you an idea through the time frame. This kind of says how you could see frostbite times as you get down to 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Over time for these locations, you can see tonight, they're dipping down into the 30s, maybe hit 40 at times. Tomorrow, obviously temperatures warm up a little bit, so they won't be as bad during the day, but still 20 to 30 below is still fairly dangerous, and that will finally improve maybe by Saturday. As you notice, once we get to Sunday, it's going to be fairly cold. Last year was 43. This year will be 8 for Christmas. And then the pattern does switch. We do warm up towards New Year's with temperatures approaching 40 by the time we get to New Year's Eve with rain. So it's going to be kind of I would say a sloppy mess as we get towards New Year's because we'll have snow on the ground. It'll be fairly warm, and you probably might have fog during that time too. So we're going to flip the switch here once we get to New Year's. But in the meantime, be careful out there for the next several days.
Yeah, we just need to get through the next couple of days. Greg, thank you. There's more to come today at noon. When we come back, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Today, we're making a fancy-looking main dish that promises to be the star of your holiday table.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Christmas season, shop Masterforce at Menards with gifts so good, the stockings stuff themselves.
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CRV, a rugged Passport, or a dynamic Pilot. Start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
With Christmas just days away, if you haven't decided what to serve, it's time to get serious. My suggestion, if you want to go all out, serve beef tenderloin. It's easy, it'll melt in your mouth, and it goes with anything from your favorite potato casserole to an oversized pan of lasagna. This is a whole beef tenderloin. You can buy it like this, which is considered trimmed. It's a little bit more expensive than buying it untrimmed, but this way, there's no waste. Now, depending on how many people you're expecting, you can roast the whole thing or use half and freeze the rest like we're doing today. Either way, we season it with some kosher salt, garlic powder, and freshly ground pepper, and sear it in a skillet or a grill pan to seal in the juices before finishing it off in the oven. And while it roasts, we'll whip up a flavor-packed mushroom sauce to serve over it. And when you bring this to the table and ladle on the savory sauce, all eyes will be focused on how juicy it is. As a matter of fact, I can't think of a better Christmas present for your taste buds than this. To get the recipe for our slow roasted beef tenderloin, along with the mushroom sauce, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a fancy holiday way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Thank you, Howard. Before we leave you at noon, here's our pet of the week from the Dane County Humane Society. Jack Be Nimble is an adult pup who was found in Fitchburg. Jack has been at DCHS for a little while, so he's a member of the Lonely Hearts Club. His adoption fee has been reduced. He's located in a quieter area of the shelter, so ask for him if you visit the adoption center. There's just a few days left, one day actually, for the Humane Holidays at Mound's Pet Food Warehouse. You can support the Dane County Humane Society and Rock County's Friends of Noah program by purchasing items off their wish list at any Madison area Mounds. Humane Holidays runs through tomorrow. To learn more, go to giveshelter.org. If you're interested in adopting Jack Be Nimble or checking out the other animals at the Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org. Over to weather for a final look at the forecast. Greg?
Yeah, as the snow starts to wind down, the wind's going to start picking up. You can see that right now on radar. We're seeing the back edge of it, but that's the wind gusts, too, that are starting to pick up. So that's the thing that note on future track. It's not going to be the falling snow so much. It's going to be the snow on the ground that's going to be the problem. There's your temperatures. We're going to fall below zero as we get towards 7 p.m. The snow is going to let up. The winds are going to start increasing, so the blowing and drifting will be the main issue we'll deal with through the night, along with those low wind chills. Still, the alert day is in effect through all of Friday and Saturday due to those dangerous conditions that we'll have out there, including those low wind chills.
All right, Greg, thank you so much. Take good care, everybody. There's a crash, as you can see, on the Beltline. We'll have the updates at 4.